Hey guys, Lisa at One Happy Place Creations. I'm back working on my Halloween door, Halloween wall hanging, I guess is what I need to call it. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this Krylon webbing. I want to make sure you can get that. Krylon webbing. And this is black. It comes in other colors. I'm giving it a little shake. Sorry for the noise. And this is the inside, the back. I put my fabric stiffener on the back side of the canvas, and then I painted the back side gold, and I painted the inside of the wood gold and just around the edges that might show. But now the inside back of this canvas, I'm doing this webbing. And I just want to get that. I mean, what a cool thing. There we go. So, you definitely want to have your spray. And now I'm going to remove this and clear the spray can. Oh, trying to work in the confines. There we go. So you just turn it upside down and spray it till you get air. So there's that. Move this out of my way. But how cool is that? Oh, I'm sorry guys. How cool is that? And it's not quite dry, so that's going to have to dry, but just a great effect. And it is a 3D effect. There is some bumps and things that you feel with this. It's spiderwebby. I mean, that's just what it is. It's like what is that silly string we used to get, but even cooler. So that's on the inside, and this is I'm gonna let this dry. It's pretty much dry right at the moment, but I'm just gonna move on to the next item. Okay, so now we have our black. You can use any chipboard. I'm just using black because it's Halloween, and that's just kind of what I need. I am gonna cut off the this little strip here. This is Creative Imaginations, Myra Johnson. This is an older, she is just so stinking talented, and I fell in love with this. It's called Wicked. This is an old paper though, and I'm trying to look and see if there is a date on it anywhere. Some of them have them and some of them don't. No, I've had this for quite a few years, and I think I bought it when they were selling off old papers. So this has got to be quite a few years old. I don't know that you'd find this anymore. But I love it. It's got all the colors and everything that I need. So I'm just going to get my ATG and oh, I don't want that on the front. I'm trying to find enough room here with all of my stuff laying around. I don't have a huge craft room. Those of you, and listen, I want to thank everybody that's been watching my videos. My craft video is through the roof, and I've been getting great comments, and thank you everyone, and thank you to those of you that have subscribed to my channel. I mean, it's kind of weird how it makes you feel when you get a new subscriber. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's just that kind of a thrill, because you know, I moved away from my best girlfriend, and she and I'm sorry I keep bumping this camera. She and I crafted together all the time, and I don't have that anymore now, so I work quite a distance away from my home, and so it's kind of hard to make friends that are going to be willing to just, you know, pop on over and craft one afternoon. So you guys are it. You are my new friends. And Laurel and I Skype as often as we can, but you know, we've all got busy lives and stuff we got to do, and husbands and children and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, stuff gets in the way. But so you guys are my new crafting buddies, and it gives me somebody to talk to while I'm crafting, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable for me. So now what we're going to do with this is, oh, I am sorry again, I keep banging you guys, this is going to get glued down to this. I know you guys are like, but wait, why? This will all come together for you in just a few moments. So, I'm just going to, I hope I have enough glue. I'm going to quickly, try and get this across here before it all gets dried, and match it up and push it down. So there we go. There's that. And I got a little bit coming out one of the sides here, but other than that, I feel pretty good about it. Pretty good about that. Okay. Whew. That even got a smell to it. I use so much. Okay. So now we're going to flip this over. And what I'm going to do with the parts that are hanging over is, I saw one gal just took a file and just filed it down. And that's probably what I'll do. But right at the moment, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to move on to our next steps. Okay. So, thinking about my initial plan, this was going to kind of go right about here. And I was going to have this little buddy kind of up here. But I need to make this look kind of like a wreath. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, and I'm just trying to think, I think maybe, see, black and orange. I think I'll use some of the orange ones. Get like 5 or 6 of these and pull them out. They're stuck on rubber bands on the back and the bottom of the bag there. Okay. And they don't need to be that big because they're not going to be holding on to much. Just the tool. So I'm going to cut myself, and we'll put one on that corner. And we'll put one in the center. And put one here. I can cut off the excess. I'm just playing around here. I don't know if I want to do, I think I'll do like that. So I'm going to, let's see, how do I want to attach these? I think I'm going to attach them right on the corners, right on this am I on screen? Right on this rounded edge, I'm going to attach my pipe cleaners, chenille stems, whatever you want to call them, to the edges. And I think I'm going to do one side, and then I'm going to work with my my tool, and then we'll see if I need to change that up or not. So we're going to come right here and put that right there on the corner. Then right about here, and find the middle and stick that right there. Right about here. What I'm doing is thinking about the size of loops. And see, I'm not very good at eyeballing. Sorry. I'm not. But you know what? I'll figure it out, because this is where my mask is going to be. So having a bigger loop right here is going to work really well, because that mask is going to sit on it, and that'll still leave loopage over here. Remember, I'm doing this because I didn't have a ring to run. I had some geo mesh, and I was going to run the geo mesh and make my wreath, and then run my ribbon and that kind of thing. So I'm going to let these set up for a few minutes while I put that aside. I'm going to open this up. Here. All right. Oh, this is so pretty. I love this. I almost spent full price on that puppy because I wanted to make sure I didn't not get any of this. So I will probably come through and do this after. So I'm going to stick that off this side because I want to make that last as much as possible. And I'm going to start, let's see, let me get this puppy opened up here. Just going to pull this plastic off of here because I just stick rubber bands around them afterwards. There we go. All right, so I'm going to have little tails like that, little loops, and little tails. So, where's some scissors? I think this will cut. Tool. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at, is something like that. I hope that shows up in the camera. But that's kind of what I'm looking at as to going around this this piece. And you know what? I might even double it. Let me see. Let me get another piece that is that long. And I know I have plenty of orange and I have plenty of black. I might just not have plenty of black pulled down, and I'll have to get some more black. So now here's double pieces of orange and double pieces of black. And I'm going to get some poof and some poof. And there, that's much better. That's much better. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this back over. And I think you get the idea of what I'm doing here. I'm going to, woo, I'm sorry. Okay. Move all of this out of the way. So I have my first poof, and I'm going to twist that around. This is kind of like those working, and I'm not going to worry about that right this second, but I will. Okay, and I'm going to pull and get this. Yeah, so I think I am going to want these to come pretty stinking close to each other. So I might even And I'm just going to do one little twist, and so that, yeah, and then that's like that. And I like that. That's going to be pretty cool. So I'm not going to actually put this on yet because I've got a lot to do with this before I do this. But I do need to have these on for the next step so that I can start putting things together. So now I know that I'm going to want them at least this close, and I think I'm just going to take this off. There we go. Comes right off. And I think I'm going to put 2 here and make them all about that far apart. So, and I have the length of tulle that I want. And you know, if I use all the tulle, it's no big deal. I got it buy one get one at Michael's not too long ago. So, so I have my length, and I know what I'm going to do here. And this was pretty difficult to pull off. So, I don't think I'm going to have a problem. I don't think I'm going to have a problem dealing with these. There we go. And then one here. But in order to get done the other things that I need to get done, I needed to know where they needed to be put. So I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to go ahead and cut some more of these. I'm just kind of cutting them in thirds, I think. There we go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 4 more for that side. Four more for that side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I got one little extra one. So I pulled enough out. Imagine that. Okay, so I'm just going to lay these around here. Oh, that might be a little too far. A little too close. Yeah, that's too close. Put that there. And it, you know, this glue on here is just not going to be that much difference because it's not going to stay there. I'm going to have to get myself another glue stick. Oh. And this on the corner. I don't know if I'm out of camera shot right now. I think I am. Move this back over there and move this up. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this around. I know this looks pretty silly right now, but, you know, see, I'm going to put the one in the center, and then that'll make it easier to do. That'll make that easier. Okay, and if you can see down here, I'm just going to do the last section here. And I made myself, like I said, one extra one that I didn't need. 2 extra ones that I didn't need. I miscounted, but there, that's all good. So, while those are drying, I'm going to go back over. So now this is going to go here. I've got my bat going to go here, flying off the tulle. My tree is going to sit in this area here. I'm going to have this hanging down from that, And did I ever find what I did? Did I put it back in here? No, I took it out and laid it somewhere. Oh, persnickety. Persnickety snick snacks. Well, I'll find it. I've got my little bug, and I wanted, which actually I don't know where my little bug is either. Oh my goodness. I also did not get this guy really decorated up too much because I didn't want everything to have glittery stuff on it. And I'm going to cut these off of each other and fill them in the areas that I need a little extra fullness. And like I want this to come around here like that. So I'm probably going to glue it on. But the thing that I have yet to have told you about is, so I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to be cutting this canvas, and let's see, where's my picture here? See, it shows like this little line right across here. Well, this is me cutting the canvas away, and I want the canvas to kind of be like this over here. Okay, so that just gives you an idea. I have got webs from this glue all over the place. I've seen people do those Swiffer sweepers. I'm going to have to get some of those. But, so what I'm going to do, I know this scares everybody. It scares me. I've not really ever done this before. But I'm going to pop a hole in here, but now remember, I don't want to push all the way down because I don't want to cut that paper that's back behind here. And I'm just going to cut this. Once you get it started, it's pretty easy. And I'm going to cut it to about wherever I think that I'm going to want to do something with it. Now, all of that other stuff that I've done with it is making it difficult. So now that I've got my kind of my pattern, I'm going to move all that stuff off of here. I want to make sure I'm still in focus here for you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of hold the canvas up. And I mean, I don't care if this gets I just don't want to cut that paper down there. Whoop. See this paper? Remember that? There it is. And so this can get twirled around and stuck down, and hence your exploding canvas. So once you get everything cut, you kind of figure out how you want to do that. And you don't have to start everything at the center. Once you get kind of a little cut into the, there's that. And then even, I think, start this way. Probably not the best thing to do with a knife, but, and I have my line going right down here that I don't want to kind of go into. So I want to make sure that I have a canvas for my skull to sit on. I want it to be sitting on top of this canvas, and I'm just going to explode back the rest of it. So then this piece, I'm just going to bring right to here. I'm not worried if it's straight, and if I want to take it and thin this one out and cut it down the center again, I can do that later. Once I kind of get it where I want it and figure it out, I can make it more. But, you know, it's hard to put it back. So do as little as possible until you make sure that you're happy. Yeah, I cut that a little bit. Make sure that you're happy. And think about how this is going to roll back when you, as you're cutting it. Think about the placement of where that is, that's going to roll back, because that's going to only want to roll that way. I mean, you can roll it that way, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Tack it down, because that, the skeleton's going to go, the skull's going to go right here. So, but you can see how cool that is. Now, there are people that, I mean, they just put gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of stuff on here. And I will be doing that, but this is just a Halloween thing, and I kind of just want it to be done. And it's my guinea pig for the one that I'm going to make and actually give as a gift. So this is my experimental process going on. Now the mask is going to come, let's see, up through here. So I, in actuality, let's see, I in actuality can bring this up this way. And then I'm going to cut this again. Just be careful with your fingers, and if you're young and you're going to try this, get your parents to help you out here, because I certainly don't want anybody saying, well, I saw Lisa do it. Because Lisa's bound to cut herself too. I'm surprised they haven't. I'm surprised my husband hasn't come in and said, what are you doing? Okay. And I'm just going to do a little kind of fat, short one here. And this is where I'm going to be hanging this, oops, from underneath. So I want to be able to roll this back and have this up underneath that. And you got to remember, the wood comes down to here. So actually I cut this one too far. But I'll make it work. I'll make it work. So I want to make sure that I know where that wood is, and I've cut it to the wood. So I don't want to cut it more than this, because I want to be able to roll it not onto the wood, but still leave it where I can cover things. So that's now what I'm going to be concentrating on when I cut this next piece, or next couple of pieces, is that things are going to roll where I want them to roll. So I don't want to go much further than that. And see, and I had my line right here where I'm cutting. That's my line. You probably can't see it. And I went past my line where I knew that's where I wanted to stop, but I still went past it on both. But it'll be all right. So stick with your initial your initial thought processes, because usually they're right. Usually. But I tell you, I've never had such pretty stuff, except sometimes when I make mistakes, I end up with the prettiest stuff then. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to see how, see, I can bend these out of the way. bend these out of the way. There we go. Those feel good and solid in there. Oh, lots of spiders. Not where I want my spiders. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that. I kind of like it where it's flipped over and then coming back on itself. And you're just going to have to figure out, I'm going to touch a bit of hot glue to this and twirl it around and lay it down. And as you saw, the hot glue is going to, it's going to come undone. I mean, if you change your mind, you're going to be able to, and then I think I'm going to glue this onto this. There we go. And this one I think I'm just going to pull back this way. There we go. And I kind of almost like that hanging down off of there, but I don't think you're going to be able to see it. You have to remember you're going to have the tool, and I want as much of this to be shown as possible. So if I tap and dunk like that, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So a little bit across here, put right there, and then a little bit across here, and put right there. There we go. This is where the fabric stiffener came in, because see, that's kind of holding itself up. I probably could have put several coats down and it would have done better. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit of water. And let me see how long this video is, because I don't want to bore you guys. See, it's coming on 32 minutes. I'm going to finish putting all this back, and then I'll start my next video. So I'll have all of this pulled back the way I want it, and then I will not go any further and come back and do the next video, okay? So I'll see you guys in a little while, and hope everybody has a happy evening. It's getting kind of late here, so, but I hope everybody has a happy evening. I probably have one more video in me tonight. I don't think I'll finish all of this. It's probably going to be a 4-parter. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Find your happy place and start crafting and just do stuff.